A lot of this fire coming up is turbulence fire, in the same method that creates the smoke. Turbulence was discovered kind of as an accident, wasn't it? It was like galvanized rubber, you know. They were looking at a monitor one day, and these interesting patterns were appearing, and they kind of got into it and found, oh, this is an effect. This is something we can actually harness and use in our movies.
Randy Fulmer was really instrumental in pulling these things together. When we were putting together the fight against the fire background, where all of a sudden one of the things came back wrong. It was just absolutely weird. The colors were all blown out. But we all looked at it and said, no, there's something interesting about this. It has kind of a flame-like look. So Randy researched where the problem came from, and we actually wound up using it for flame effects in the climax.
Basically, they would design a block, a literal sort of a marbled cake, if you will, that slices would be taken through and photographed, and as each slice was removed, you would see a differing image of that turbulence. So the shapes morph and modulate from one to the next, so it gives you the feeling of just a random and organic pattern.
The embers is a really cool computer trick where the CGI guys help create these little embers that actually turn in space and are very dimensional. So on the big screen they look quite real and they glow hot. And then you have levels of churning smoke behind, which is a combination of drawn artwork and turbulence and diffusion put over the top of it to really create the infernal feeling down below.
This was sort of an interesting experiment, trying to achieve the kind of slow motion effect that, again, you can do in live action. And we had to simulate that by literally dissolving from one frame to the next. And that scene where he kicks him off, there's an intercut of about 8 frames or so, 11 frames.
Simba kind of gritting his teeth before he kicks him off.
Exactly. That's right. That's the one that we added. It was the very last scene that we
was
animated.
Added like a month before the movie came out. We previewed it, and it just seemed like something was missing. And it was the conscious, expression on Simba's face that he was going to kick this guy's butt. And that was a little 8-frame scene that was just lodged in there and kind of cemented that section of the movie.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Ed?
I always liked it that we had Scar done in by his minions.
He was foisted on his own...
Hoisted on his own petard.
Yeah, that Shakespeare thing.